It is 2019. Let's do this. That you guys had a wonderful holiday season and Happy New Year. It feels so great to finally say that. And today I am going to be talking about something that is kind of perfect for a new year. And instead of talking about resolutions or necessarily goals, I'm here to talk about something that was a huge personal change for me personally. And I really have this feeling that there are people out there like you or someone that you know, and you have this kind of feeling that you've just wanting to do something different this year. And we're going to be talking about how to take that hobby or that kind of side project, or maybe it is a goal that you've been putting off too long, and we're going to help you make that a reality. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to be honest and share with you 7 different steps I took to make my dream become a reality. So without further ado, let's go. Number 1, have a dream session. What is it that you want to do? By allowing yourself to kind of dream all the possibilities and to kind of clearly define what it is you want to do, you'll have a better grasp of what this dream of yours is in reality. And it's not to say that you're not supposed to dream big and be realistic. Keep dreaming big, but allow yourself to kind of hone in what it is you really want. So if you are a writer and you're trying to decide, okay, I just want to publish a book, then try to dream of what does it look like when you are holding that book. Is it something that you're wanting to kind of do on your own and self-publish? Is it something where you want to team up with an indie or small press so that they can kind of back you in the process? Or are you trying to go big and really dream big and have the big aspirations and want to really work hard and be part of the traditionally published world and get an agent and be with the publishing house? Whatever that looks like to you, hone in on what that ultimate goal is for you, because having a clear vision is going to make it possible in reality. Number 2, a call to action. This is where you take that dream of yours and you make it a priority. It's not something that you have this great dream session with and then you tuck it away and like, yeah, okay, like let's get back to real life. No, you make that a priority. So what does that look like in reality? That means that there are going to be late nights. That means that there are going to be blood, sweat, and tears. That means that you're going to have these incredible high moments when things are just going to be working all in your favor. All of those kind of meld in together. And that's how it becomes a reality, is by you choosing that you are going to have an action. It's not just something that you're saying you're going to do. You're going to actually put actions by this. And this is something that I've shared in previous videos of mine where I learned, especially in this past November when I was doing NaNoWriMo, having that dedicated time to where you're saying like, look, this is my time to focus on what I want to do. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, is going to get you closer to actually living that dream of yours in reality. Because you're setting aside time, you're making it a priority in your life, and that's going to pay off. So keep at it and make that a priority and not just something that you're going to think about and say, but again, call to action. Number 3, continue to grow and learn. This is something that even seasoned writers, even writers who have been published multiple times over, they all are still growing and learning. So even when you think you know it all, guess what? You don't, and there's more to learn. So don't think that, okay, I have it all together and I have all the knowledge and now I'm going to go do it. Every part of you making your dream a reality is going to require that you're going to grow and you're going to learn. There will be times when you're going to really question if you're doing this right and wondering if this is the correct way. And you're going to learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And that's all part of the growth. And another thing is to continually learn. There are so many things, especially in the writing industry, that you have to adapt to and you have to personally grow in as not just a writer, but as a person and how you deal with the industry. And that's something that a lot of the big time authors will tell you is something that they didn't realize when they were new at this was how much they had to grow and are still growing. So what do I mean by this? It means that you have to kind of look at what your goals and aspirations are and ask yourself, is there something that you can do right now so that you can grow and learn? Whatever it is, maybe it's something where you have to consider, okay, do I need a professional to help me? So in that case, it can be somebody who is a writing coach. That can be hiring an editor. That can be something where you are trying to have, maybe that's cover design and you're trying to get a better knowledge about what cover design is. There's also something that I personally have done and been so thankful for, and that is my internship with Faber Publishing, which is a small press. That was an opportunity that I saw that I could definitely grow as an individual and as a writer, and it was a great experience to just be able to learn. And I'm still learning because I'm still part of this internship. And so if that's something that you're kind of seeing, like, oh, maybe an internship or an apprenticeship is something that you want to do for whatever your goal is, seek that out. Another thing that you have to consider, depending upon what you're wanting to do, is perhaps you have to go back to school. That's something that some requirements are just going to be. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that as a writer you have to have a writing degree, but if you want to be a psychiatrist or any kind of doctor, that's going to require that you go back to school if you haven't had those credentials. So that's something that you need to take in consideration, is maybe there is a professional or college work involved in what you're wanting to do, and that's a good place for you to continue to kind of grow as a person, but then also to make this dream a reality. Number 4, make a plan and set goals. Cue all the groaning right now. Ugh. Yes, you have to make a plan and set goals if you want this dream to become a reality. One of my favorite college professors, he kind of quoted this almost on a daily basis, was the 5 P's to success. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. And he was able to say that over and over again to where I still remember it years from later on, that having a plan is going to help you. And it's not something that you have to have it all written down in stone before you do, but having, again, that call to action, that you're actually making some kind of plan, you're actually trying to not just say it, but put to action, is going to require a plan. It's very similar to as if you were setting up any kind of project and how you need to have kind of this roadmap as to how you're going to get to where you want to be. So very much like a GPS, if you will, for getting your dream to a reality. And that can be simple things like setting up simple goals. Like maybe you just take 1 month and you decide that you are going to take those 15 minutes every single day and you're going to apply that time to doing something that you love with all your heart. Maybe it's something where you give yourself goals for like a trimester, like 3 months at a time, that you have things that you're going to complete. Maybe it's that you're going to have a whole entire year devoted and you're going to see where you are after that year. Whatever it may be, have a time, but then also have actual steps and actions that you're wanting to do, and then make those like your goals and have some accountability with it too. It's not just that you have to do this alone. Make sure that you are reaching out to other people to make yourself accountable so that these things can happen. But all of that can't happen unless you have some kind of plan. Number 5, be patient. Cue more groaning. Ugh. Be patient. This is one that I still am learning. That's, when we're talking about the learning and growing, yeah, the being patient part, that's what I'm still trying to learn and grow in. Because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not. No matter what you think, it's not going to happen overnight. Even if you win the lottery, it's not going to happen overnight. There's going to require lots of time when you literally are waiting. And that's completely true when you're talking about trying to query an agent and trying to get an agent, and you have a novel that you're trying to get out there into the hands of agents. Yeah, requires a lot of waiting. But the other thing you have to be patient of is it's all in timing too. And that's something that I see that, I'm personally in right now. I'm in this like limbo of just having to wait. And it sucks. Yeah, it does. And I feel for you. I know exactly what it's like. But that's all part of the process. So if you find that you have done all the work and everything and now you're just in the waiting mode, accept that it's okay to be in that waiting mode because it's part of the process. Number 6, network with people in your field. If you are out to do something incredibly amazing, guess what? You're going to want a community, even if it's just a few people cheering you on, because you're going to need it at times, a lot of times. And if you are a writer out there and you're feeling like you don't really have that writing tribe, like people surrounding you who understand what it's like, then I definitely urge you to join the writing community. I have done a video about the writing community, which I will link down below. So in case you missed it, you could check that out. And I go over all the different ways that you can be part of the writing community, because having the support of others who understand what it's like is going to be for a huge benefit in your whole process, because it is really hard when people don't understand. Like when I try to explain what it's like with querying or even just writing a novel, and I have family and my friends who they don't understand what that's like, and they're just like, okay. So having people understand what it's like is going to be for your benefit. The other thing that networking does, it can connect you to other people who can also, you guys can collaborate together. You guys can help each other grow and learn. That's something that I have loved so much about the writing community that is on YouTube, because I have learned from a lot of tutorials of other author tubers. I have also had just the encouraging words between the coffee talks and tea talks that people do. And it's something where if I wasn't part of the writing community online, I wouldn't have that. So I'm super thankful for that. So definitely reach out. And if you feel like, gosh, I've tried everything and nobody's connecting with me, drop a comment down below, because I am always ready to help other people be lifted up as writers, because trust me, I know what it's like. And lastly, number 7, don't give up. There are going to be times where you're going to have shortcomings. There will be times when you have rejection. There will be times when you question your sanity. All of it happens when you're trying to make this dream a reality. And there are going to be times where that voice in the back of your head is just going to be like, give up. Just give up. It'll be so much easier if you just give up. And I'm urging you to not. I myself have been through this multiple times, and I have that when I have a bunch of self-doubt, or when I do get some kind of rejection in some form, and it just feels like, my gosh, like, why am I even doing this? And I have to remind myself to not give up, because there are going to be stumbling blocks along the way. And if everybody just gave up when it got hard, nobody would be able to achieve their dreams in a reality, because that's all, again, part of the process. So if you're feeling that you're just in that spot right now where you're questioning whether or not you should give up, I'm saying don't. So in the words of Winston Churchill, never, never, never give up. So those are kind of the steps I had to take in order to make my dream a reality. Am I done? Nope. still have a long way to go, and I'm still dreaming big and making every step that I can to making it a reality. So I want to know, what is it that you are working on? What is it that you are just dreaming about and you're fantasizing about and you're deciding that you're going to make a reality? Let me know, because I'd love to support you along the way. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next video, bye!